Hands it off to Mixon.
Yo!
Big time hole to the right. To the 25, sideline 20, 50, 10, 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Bengals!
The Bengals open up at home for a second consecutive season, as this year they welcome in a team they've had great success against in the Queen City. The Bengals are 6-1 at home against the Vikings, and as history has shown, the offensive firepower doesn't like to sit this matchup out. In those 6 Bengals wins, the offense has outscored the Vikings 171-66, as the Bengals offense has averaged over 460 yards per game in the only 2 meetings at Paul Brown Stadium. And if you go back to that 2005 meeting, Chad Johnson went off for 139 yards and a touchdown in the blowout win. Well, Sunday's game will feature no shortage of connections on both sides of the ball. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Shelvin were national champion teammates with Minnesota receiver Justin Jefferson at LSU. Tackle Riley Reiff was a Viking for 4 seasons before joining the Bengals, while Minnesota linebacker Nick Vigil and corner Mackenzie Alexander each spent time in the Queen City. Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer was the defensive coordinator in Cincinnati for 6 years, as senior defensive assistant Paul Gunther was on the Bengals coaching staff for 13 seasons. The Bengals returned 5 starters to the jungle in Week 1. Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, Trey Hopkins, CJ Uzomah, and DJ Reader all suffered season-ending injuries last year, as all 5 are expected to be back in the starting lineup against the Vikings. And Joe Mixon is one to keep an eye on. Mixon sits just 641 yards away from the exclusive 4K1K club. Only Corey Dillon, James Brooks, and Pete Johnson have accumulated more than 4,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards as a Bengal. Kevin Huber is chasing Ring of Honor inductee Ken Riley for the most games ever played in team history. If Huber plays in all 17 regular season outings, he will tie Riley for the team lead with 207 appearances. And Evan McPherson is set to become the first opening day rookie kicker for the Bengals since Neil Rackers did it in 2000. The 5th-round pick out of Florida earned the starting job after going 5 for 5 and hitting 2 field goals for more than 50 yards out in the preseason. Vikings-Bengals kick off from Paul Brown Stadium just after 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. You can catch all of the action on Fox or tune in to Dan Horde and Dave Lapham on the Bengals Radio Network. I'm Marisa Contipelli, and this has been your Contipelli's Countdown.